Hey everybody! Welcome to Angie and Alan Hunt at the LDRS Creative Studio. I'm sorry, we're just like suddenly going live because we are out of practice since last week and I forgot we had to do a 2-minute timer. I won't even tell you what we were talking about. I'm just glad our mic wasn't on and we didn't hit the button by accident because that would have been very embarrassing.
We got nobody on.
We got nobody on. Nobody. Nobody.
There we go. I think we might have some peeps.
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, we didn't have a 2-minute timer, and so they didn't get the little notice when we went live and all that good stuff. So, oh my goodness, we're having a bit of a technology fiasco here tonight. But welcome to those of you that are here. I was saying, I'm so sorry we didn't have the 2-minute timer. Totally forgot that we had to do that because we're out of practice since last week. So anyway, so boy, this is my first time really working with the collection, with the new collection, like in a live setting, other than doing demos and stuff. So this is going to be fun. I haven't been able to create with this collection since we were really since we had the prototypes in and we were started making projects and stuff. And so it was really, really fun to kind of dive back into it and think about what I wanted to do and just play with the products. What's going on, Alan? Uh-oh.
Trying to turn the power on.
All right, we've just had a problem with things working. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I think they're getting as old as us. So anyway, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do today, there's certain things that are in this collection that I thought these are kind of things I haven't done before very much. I don't have a lot of practice with, and so I thought that I would practice here. I would get to play with them. I mean, I do a lot of stamping, a lot of coloring and die cutting and stuff like that, and painting, and I love doing it. I don't mean to make it sound like like it's old hat or anything. But I just felt like doing something kind of different. And so I'm going to be working with our toner sheets today. So, excuse me, I'm really excited about it. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I just kind of started prepping it, and I have some pieces that are kind of like ready to go, but I haven't laid anything out yet to see how it's going to work. I can't see comments, so I can't welcome anybody. I don't know who's here. I can't see a doggone thing because Alan's working on it. So I'm hoping, I'm guessing I'm talking to people. I'm not really sure. I am? Okay. Oh, alrighty. So let's see. Oh, since I said we're going to be doing foiling, I do have a machine that I'm going to be working with, and we're going to see how that goes. I don't have a lot of practice with it, but we're going to see how it goes. And let's see, what else do I have here? I don't know, I just have a whole bunch of stuff. So, Alan, why don't we switch the camera to camera 2, and we'll start taking a look at all the goodies. Ooh, here we go. All right, so this is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be a showstopper. I think what I have planned is actually going to combine the products pretty well throughout. I'm going to be working with the Slimline today, but in terms of toner toppers, uh-oh, what happened? Something just went out. You're unplugging screens. It was out. Honey, I can do without seeing the text messages, but I don't want you to, I'm afraid you're going to cut me off. Okay, sorry everybody. Sorry, got me a little frazzled. So what I was saying is, all right, so toner toppers, if you're not familiar with these, you're going to use these. These are going to create, you're going to use foil with these. So this is like my exciting way, what I think is exciting, of getting into foiling, excuse me, without breaking the bank. And while we do have, we have 2 different types. We have the geometrics and the florals. I wanted to work with the geometrics today. And I'm going to be working with Deco Foil. This is Thermoweb's Deco Foil. And I'm not sure what color this is. What does it say? Opal is the color, if I have it in the right package. I think so. This is opal. And I'm actually going to I decided to work with the Slimlines. So we have the Slimlines and we have the 6x6, but I'm going to work with the Slimlines because I'm also going to be incorporating our Floral Scallop Slimline die set. which is our newest die set, slimline die set, and this is in the February collection, 15 dies. And then I thought, well, I'm going to play also with the Peony layering dies because I just love our layering dies. I love the dimension you get, all the texture and everything. And then, what else? Where's the other piece? Mr. Hunt, I seem to be missing something, if you could get it for me. Uh-oh, the special occasions. It's right there. You might see the paper packs right there. Actually, look in this stack right here, Alan.
Okay.
Look in that stack. Yep, honey,
Yep.
the paper pack.
Oh,
right there. Sorry, Alan's a little frazzled too. We're both kind of going, ah, right there. There we go. Just give me the special occasions one. Okay, you keep that one. Okay, sorry. Thought I grabbed this, but I think I must have put it back when I was cleaning. So I'm also going to work with the special occasions sentiments. Now, these are sentiment sheets, and you would actually foil the entire thing if you wanted to, cut all of these out. I'll show you how I did it just to get one. I literally just trimmed one out, and I'm foiling that. But this is going to work with the special occasions sentiment dies, which also works with the coordinating stamps that look just like these as well, if you're familiar with the collection already. And then I thought one more, actually there's a couple of things, but this is like project number one. And then I also decided to pull my One Fine Day enamel dots because the cardstock that I decided to use is in these colors here. These are like my scraps. I pulled these out of my scrap bin. And some of these colors work really, really beautifully with it. Like, for example, this row here, which is kind of like a burgundy. Looks just beautiful with this row here, or with this paper here. This pink looks really great with this lighter pink. And then, of course, I have the clear in there right down the center as well. So I thought I would play with those too. So that is everything that I'm planning to work with for, I'm going to say, project number one. Project number two actually goes with project number one, so you'll see how all that's going to work too. Okay, so I'm going to get started. As I always have, I've got a little bag of tricks here, a bag of goodies that I have done some prep on. I am going to foil, even though I've already done my foiling. I did the foiling just to begin with because I just wanted to play with it, and like I said, I have two kind of projects that I want to do, and so I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to spend too long. So anyway, I'm not going to show you what's inside this little piece here. You may have seen a little sneak peek in there, but I'm not going to show you. But I'm going to set this aside. This is actually my card base. As you can probably tell, this is where I cut out a sentiment already. This is one of the special occasion toner sentiment sheets. These are 4x9, and you get the beautiful font. You get a whole bunch of like 10 different sentiments on here, and you can foil them all together or foil them one at a time, however you want to do it. This is my working pack of One Fine Day, my current one, because I use these a lot, and so I pulled that. And then here I've already cut a whole bunch of those beautiful peony layering die, or layering die, I guess, floral pieces. Oh, yay! I can see everybody. Awesome. So who's here today? Kim McDaniel. Gretchen is here. Catherine Cartwright Crafts. You've done some beautiful stuff lately. We've shared. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beth Valona's here. Dad is here. Brenda, Lisa. Who else is here? Patty. I can't see everybody. It's still kind of rolling. So welcome, everybody. Yay, I can see. I can see. So exciting. Alrighty. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to show you kind of what my thinking was. Actually, let me dump this out up here so you don't see it. Okay. So I got started. Alan, let's come into camera 3 real quick. I just want to show you what I did here. This right here is my card base, all right? And this was cut, it's just that, I made that with, I just did it with my Neenah Classic White, Neenah Classic White 110-pound cardstock. That's what this is. So I took an 8.5 by 11, trimmed it down, scored it, and folded it, and then I took this largest die from my Floral Slimline Scallop. Now this die, you've heard me talk about these before, but this one is actually for your card base. Let me get this out of the way. Too much happening behind here. Oops. So this one's actually for the card base. So you only have a blade along 3 sides, and then in this one we have stitching. But this last side here is flat. There's no blade. I'm not going to cut myself if I do this. Intentionally flat. That particular side goes on the fold. And so I laid that on the fold of the paper, just taped it into place, ran it through, let me see, let me make sure it's not, there we go. I'm kind of hooking it on there because I already cut it, but ran it through my die cutting machine. And you know, here's the thing, in order to go through you can go through 2 layers of this Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. It is a heavy cardstock, but you might have to flip your sandwich over, or your die over. You may have to cut with the blade side up. If you do that, then you're going to get more pressure from the roller on the blade, and you'll have an easier time cutting through 2 layers. It really depends on your machine. It depends on, you know, how tight the sandwich is, how, you know, how strong the, you know, or like how strong the rollers are and flat the rollers are and stuff. But if you do have trouble, just flip it over and cut with the blade facing up, and it should work. So just a little tip or a little trick. Alrighty. Oh, and then somebody's asking, does the die stitch all the way through to the back of the card? It does. See it? Because the stitching, they're actually little blades. They're cut lines, cut marks. So it goes through here. You can see it on the inside, right? You can see it on the other flap on the inside. It gets lighter and lighter, but you can see it on the back. It's a little more faint, but you can see it because it does go through, and you can feel it too. But of course you get more dimension and cleaner from the front because that's where the blade is pushing down. This is where the blade is pushing up, so it pushes that paper. So it's gonna look much cleaner from the top view always, just so you know. Alrighty, so let me put this away. Sorry, I'm going to be sniffling a little bit. I suddenly have a stuffy nose. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to set all my little floral pieces here aside. And then I'm going to grab my geometric toner toppers. I love these. All right. So in here, in each one of these packs, we're going to have to probably go to camera 2, Alan. In each one of these packs, you're going to get 12 sheets. You're going to get 2 of each design. So I went through these to try to figure out what it was I wanted to work with. And I'm working with a big flower, so that eliminated, this is just kind of how my thought process went. That eliminated the flowers, all right? I didn't want to use the flowers. Let me go to the beginning. So I didn't want to use flowers. And I've got kind of a big flower, which means it's a more bolder, stronger pattern. So here's what I do. I eliminated the flowers, and I thought this one's going to be a little too strong, a little too bold. The circles didn't really work with the flowers, kind of in my mind, the way I was working, so I had these 3. This one kind of looked a little bit busy for what I was doing, and then I was torn between these 2 because I thought in my mind, when I imagined how this was going to look, I was torn between these 2. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I ended up with this one, okay? That's literally just about how I do it. In reality, I think any of them would be beautiful. It's really just going to be a matter of preference, you know, whenever you're creating. Which one at the moment is the one that really catches your eye. So we're going to go ahead and foil this. I'm going to turn my machine on, let this heat up. What, Alan?
With our luck, it would have knocked everything out.
Exactly. That's a very good point. Alan said with our luck, it probably would have knocked everything out. Oh, Sandra, you said I used the same one today. Very cool. All right, so this is the, let me just get one sheet. They're really, really fine sheets.
Is that gold or something?
It's called Opal.
Oh.
It's actually quite pretty. I think you get, what is it, 5 or 6 sheets in one of these?
Oh.
5 transfer sheets. This is the Deco foil. This is a toner toner reactive foil. That's the kind of foil you need to use when you're working with these toner sheets here. I'm going to roll this back up. I really should put this in like a little pouch or an envelope, but I don't. I just keep putting them back in. There we go. All right. So I've got my machine heating up, and there's going to be 2 sides. Now with the opal, you can kind of see through it. It's very light. And when you're working with like brighter colors, you can really tell which side is up because you can see that bright color. What you want to look for when you're looking through something like this opal, where it's just going to give, it's not going to totally color my pattern here. It's just going to give it some glisten is what this is going to do because you can see through it. And one side is going to be not as shiny, all right? And the other side, which is super, super shiny, is the one that you want facing up. So you put the dull side down on your paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim this. And I realized as I started doing these that I need better scissors for this because mine are not very good. I think because I've been cutting so much. Let me lay this down. Maybe that'll do better. I need much sharper scissors for this. Huh? No, I just think I need like longer, sharper scissors. These scissors are not designed to cut this kind of thing.
Yeah, we need a laser.
You know what, for some reason, I'm wondering if I have 2 sheets here too. Do I? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to set my extra little piece aside here. There we go, and now I'm going to trim a little bit off of this side as well. I am going to leave it so that it's a little bit larger. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, but this is like watching paint dry, isn't it? Watching me do this. Oy vey.
We need a laser to cut that.
We need a laser to cut this?
We need to buy a
All right, this
laser.
actually works a little bit better. These are not the best scissors for this. These are my go-to scissors for everything, but I now have found what I don't want to use these scissors for, and that is going to be cutting these really super thin sheets of foil. So I'm going to set that one aside. All right. I like to have the paper be just a little bit larger so that I don't have to worry about it being so precise. Now, you need to have some sort, this is just in case you're not familiar with foiling like this, you need to have some sort of like an envelope or that is designed for foiling. If you don't have a pouch or something like that, all you really need to have is parchment paper, and that's what this is. I literally got it from my kitchen, so it actually says Reynolds Kitchens here. Parchment paper is not going to burn up in there. So I'm going to place this down in my parchment paper. Okay, so let me lay this in here. Okay, I see people asking what type of machine is she using. Now, here's the thing. You can use a laminator. I do have a laminating machine. I happen to be using a machine that, that I just turned off. Hold on. How come this isn't, what's going on? There we go. There we go. No, I just need to lift it up and move it over here. Okay. This is my machine. This one has a foil setting, which is flashing. I don't have the ideal setup here because this is, Alan, will you take this and get this cord out of the way? Yep. Sorry, we're trying to work within the, confines of our setup here, and it's not the easiest situation. Okay. So this is actually hot. I think that's flat. Normally, here we go. It heated up pretty quickly because I'd already heated it up once, but when I went to move it, I hit the button and turned it off like a goober. Okay, so I'm going to push this through here now. Not push, but I'm going to put it in here just until it kind of picks it up. There you go. Now we're going to watch paint dry because this part does take a moment. But this actually has a foil setting on it. This is a fantastic machine that I am testing out. And I really, really like it. I like this machine a lot because It has not only the foil setting, which is hotter than a laminator, but it has your regular laminating settings. It has a cold laminating setting and a hot laminating setting, which is really, really nice, especially if you're doing like, you know, archival stuff, and if you want to do like scrapbooking and stuff, if you want to put something, if you want to laminate a photo and you don't want the heat to get to it, you might do like cold laminating, and you know, there's just different options with it, which is really, really nice. All right, here we go. This part does take a moment. But it's worth it, I promise you. All right, there we go. Now that we've all aged a bit, let's let's move that aside. I think I got another gray hair while that was happening. All right. So I do like to, it's pretty warm. I like to let it cool just a moment, and then I'm going to peel this off of here, and I'm going to hope and pray that I had the paper. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Alan, why don't you come into camera 3? I was going to say, I'm going to hope and pray that that it worked, that I had the foil on the right way. I'm not going to lie. First time I used this foil, this opal, I actually had it upside down, and it didn't do a doggone thing, and I was really disappointed, and I was like, oh shoot, what did I do? All right, so I'm going to peel this back off of here, and you're going to see the pattern, right? You see the pattern on the foil? But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You can actually see it shining. It's so pretty. Pretty, pretty. My little pretty. There we go. You gotta catch it in the light. There we go. You can just, it's like you can see the light going by every now and then. See how beautiful that is? So gorgeous. It's just so pretty. Gosh, the lighting in here is terrible. There we go.
The lighting is great.
Well, the lighting is great. It's just not great for this purpose. There we go. All right, there you go. There's some of it. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. It probably would have been more dynamic. Like when you look at it right now, the way I have it flat on the camera, it just looks like it just looks like it's black. You know what? Let's do one more of these because I really want to show you guys how this works. Get me another color, like get me one of the blues or pinks over there, because you can't really see it. You guys can't see it. I can see it because I'm in studio. I probably, like it's right here with me. I probably should have done this with a brighter color just to show it off, because right now when you look at it, I'm realizing it looks like a massive fail because I didn't add color. I just added glisten or sparkle to it. So
do we have to let you cut it again? Or can I cut it?
He says, do we have to let you cut it or can I cut it? Yes, honey, you can cut it. Why don't we do this one? This will be actually, or do we want to do that one? That one's cool. Let's do this one.
You want to use the geometrics?
Huh? Yeah, we'll do the geometrics. You want to cut it to that?
Sure.
There's scissors over there. Alan's going to cut it instead of me cutting it. Where did I do with the, it's right here. Okay. So Alan's going to cut one, and Alan's going to cut a piece of paper over there. And let's see. All right. And this is going to look much better once you see it with color, but I promise you this is foiled. Can you see the foil on there? It's catching. There we go. Okay. All righty. You can see it in here, and this is pretty cool. See the pattern on there? So I can actually take this. We have solid toner too. So I could actually take this and I could put this over a solid toner sheet, and it's going to transfer that gorgeous kind of glistening color over the top of a solid. As a matter of fact, I have one here where I did just that. I transferred it to a solid. Look at how, this is just over black. You can see that shimmer, and I'm not going to tell you why I did that, but I did it, and you're going to see why. Okay, Mr. Hunt, you got one over there?
Sort of. It's not as pretty as yours.
It doesn't have to be as pretty as the one I did. Okay, so here we're going to do a beautiful blue one. So we have the toner sheet. The foil goes on top of it, and we're going to lay that in. And we need to move this over. Let's see if I can lift that up here. There we go. Let's move this back over. You have to go back out to camera too. And we're just going to put this in. Yes, no, I don't think this particular machine is available. I am testing. Sneak peek coming attractions. I I am testing. But yeah, oh my goodness, it's actually nice and warm on my hands. It feels really great. But I love this machine because it has a foil setting. Now, laminators, you know, will work, but you're going to get different results with laminators. And when you're using a laminator, you might have to run it through more than once, just because it's not going to get as hot as if you had a machine with a foil setting. The largest size I can put through this machine is, this one is, it actually has an A4 opening. All right, let's see. Luann says it seems like a nice machine. It actually really is. I've tested a lot of different things with it, and I'm very pleased with it. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. So let's get this out of here. You can see how it already grabbed. See the pattern? You can already see that it grabbed on there. It's cool, that. Gorgeous. Look at that blue. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my, 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 my. That's okay, just leave it, Ellen. Oh, and one thing I'll tell you too, because I can actually see one little spot here where it didn't grab, which you're going to see that whenever you're foiling, whether you're hot foiling or if you're using toner sheets like this. But I probably had something, a little bit of lint on there, and I probably should have wiped this down with some sort of a, what do they call that? No, not a tack cloth. Like a little Swiffer thing or something. I can't remember what they're called. Like a microfiber cloth. Probably should have wiped down over the top of my toner sheet first to wipe off any lint that was on there. I probably had a little piece of lint right there. It's probably why it didn't catch. But isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, it's so pretty. So, so, so pretty. There it is. We got it right there. Gorgeous. So this sheet here that was left over, notice that beautiful pattern on there, minus what went on here. So this is my positive and this is my negative. I can run this through now on a solid toner sheet, and it's going to lay over that negative pattern on it, which is absolutely stunning. So no, but I don't want to spend the whole time doing this. I do want to move on and actually make my project. So let's go ahead and turn this off and set this aside for now. And I'm just going to have to go periodically like this to remind you that this one here does have gorgeous, gorgeous glistening foil on it. So here is what I did. So I had one of these that I did just like I just did it, right? And then I went ahead and I grabbed my Floral Scallop Slimline die set. And I used the next two dies. So the first die we used on the card base. The next two dies, I actually lined them up, nested them over this. I'll show you how I did it, in case anybody's wondering how we do things. Some people might be new, so I get that. So I took this next die. This die, if anybody's wondering, is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. I laid this over the top of it just like that. And then I took the next die, which nests in it, and I put it on here. And I actually have a magnetic plate, so I was able to space it. But if you need to tape it, go ahead and tape it. Laid that on there, made sure that it was straight and wherever I wanted it to be, ran it through my die cutting machine. And then I got these two pieces right here, okay? So these nest and they both cut around the perimeter. Put that back on there so I don't lose pieces. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start building. This is going to lay right like this on the top, and it's going to lay flat. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on. I think I told you guys about this. We have our craft glue, which dries clear. I'm going to use a little bit of this. Just a teeny little bit. It does go on white, but it will dry clear. There we go. My die cut is so thin that it's moving all over the place. There we go, just get a little bit on here. I'm being careful, I don't want to squeeze too much glue. Let me get this little corner here because I think I missed it. There you go. I also don't want it all over my hands or all over my glass. Okay, there we go. But because it dries clear, if I do get it where I don't want it, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to open this up because it's a thick cardstock and it doesn't want to stay in the, it doesn't want to stay closed, and I don't want to mess this up. All right, so I'm just going to put this here, line this up so that it's fairly straight and centered before it dries. There we go. Nice pretty frame. I love lots of white, so it's kind of like, you know, white on white. And then this piece here will fit right into the center just like that. I'm not gonna adhere that because I'm actually gonna pop that up on foam once I get everything done because I want to have dimension with it. But I am gonna lay it in here just so I can start decorating. Before I do that, I'm gonna explain to you what I've got here. So we're probably gonna end up going over in time, I'm gonna tell you right now, as I'm watching this, or as I'm watching the clock. So I got a whole bunch of these here. This is our layering peony die set. And I went ahead and just cut a whole bunch of leaves. You're going to see 2 leaves in here also that I may or may not use. These 2 leaves are actually from the Floral Scallop Slimline. It's this leaf right here because I thought the shape worked really nicely and I didn't know if I was going to need additional leaves or not. And I just kind of thought it would be nice to have a different texture in there. So if you look on the back of the layering, the peony layering dies, you can see what all of the pieces are. And we kind of show you, it's our suggestion as to how you can cut them, you know, the colors you can use, or at least the variation of colors you can use. You don't have to use pinks. We do cards in all kinds of colors. But it kind of gives you, you know, light, medium, dark, and so on. It gives you an idea of how you can do your color shading. And then we show you what it looks like when they're layered up. So I have all of these pieces here in all kinds of different pinks, and I do have a little white. And I'm just going to kind of start playing, but my idea is that, let me move these things over. I've got a little mess. All right, so the idea is I want to have like my flower here, but I kind of want to have some leaves coming in here, and then I'm going to have my sentiment somewhere in here. We'll see how that works out. Not sure. But there we go, I got glue on it. I'm going to go ahead and build it on this piece to begin with and have it kind of hang over a little bit. So my largest piece, which is right here, is going to go here. I actually think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and build up my flower, and then I'm going to put the flower on there. That's what I'm going to do. So let me get my pieces for my flower, the main pieces, which are here. All right, and then these are the little layering pieces. So the largest piece, which is right here, goes on the bottom. And then next we have this pink piece right here, which is this one here. And you can always, like if you look at these close up, I don't know if you can see, if we could zoom into the camera, you can actually see that these have some detailed scoring on them. Let's see if I can catch that. See that scoring in there? It's hard to see on the camera, but we're going to build this like this. You're going to be able to lay your pieces. All of these have the same bottom little piece here that is you're going to use for layering, just like that. All right, so you line them up properly. So let me get my glue again. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. I don't always glue down all of the pieces really, really tight. I kind of leave, like this one, I'm gonna adhere all the pieces, kind of, all the little areas of it. But I start to leave a little bit loose where I don't put so much adhesive on it, just in case I want to kind of fold up some of the little flower bits. Look how pretty that is already. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And you know, you can choose your color combinations however you want to do them. You know, whichever ones, like wherever you want to put the light colors and the dark colors and so on. So this one, I'm going to put adhesive like on some of the bottom pieces here. But I'm going to leave some of those ends at the top there free, just in case I want to bend them up. But as I layer this in, you're going to start to see where we cover up a lot of, you know, the flower, the layer underneath, but it starts to just kind of show through some of the colors. And don't worry if some of that glue comes out. It is going to be, you're going to see that through there. So that's okay. I mean, it's going, the glue, it's going to, what's it called? It's going to dry clear is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so next, I think, is this one. And then I think I have this one. I think that's how it goes. Yes. So let's go ahead and put this on here. And you know, if I mess up the order of these, I don't really care. I mean, you're going to start layering this on, and as long as you're seeing little bits and pieces, I think it's fine. And then my next piece here. And this is where I'm saying, this is why I don't glue it all down, because now I have a little bit of, I can pop these up if I want, and it gives me just a little more dimension, which I think is really, really pretty. Okay. Next up, this little piece is going to go right here. There we go. And then these next three pieces, if you want to use them, are actually, you put them on the ends here so that it looks like your flower petals are folded up and over. I did them all in the same, all three of them in the same color, but you can vary the color, like we show, like medium, like a darker pink and then the medium pink there. Do it however you want to do it. All right, let's see. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. Sorry. Hard to talk and focus at the same time. Huh. There we go. Pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, I love these. I really do. And in springtime, when the peonies are in bloom, oh my goodness. I actually have a whole bunch of peony plants in the garden. Oops. Apparently I'm gluing my finger to it. There we go. And I have like varying colors of them because I love them. And then the last one goes right here. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Just in a matter of minutes. Love it. Next, you build your leaf. And this is really, really easy. The leaf actually uses, you put a bud in the middle, which is really, really cool. I think it's really cool. And you're going to be lining up. We've got these designs so you line up the edges just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on there. We're going to line up those edges. It's going to line up with the top. Lift this one up so I can move it. There we go. Slide that into place. So pretty. And then I've got a lighter green here that's going to go over the top. There we go. These are so pretty. I love them. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh I'm a flower fanatic, an absolute flower fanatic. We used to have, at the house we had before this one, I used to have one whole side of like, it was like the whole side of the house was all rose bushes. And I altered the colors of the roses as going all the way down the side of the house. And it was absolutely stunning. And then we sold the house. And we went by there one day. We drove past there because the house is actually closer to my parents. So, and our son remembers living there in that subdivision. And so when we go to see my parents, we would drive past that house, just, memories kind of thing. And drove by there one day, and the new owners had ripped out all of the rose bushes all the way down the side of the house. I just about cried.
If I had had my way, I would have ripped it out too.
Thanks, honey. Thanks so much.
Too much damage to my body.
Oh, I was the one who pruned those. I don't know what you're talking about.
They grew over into the sidewalk. And
they did. They were beastly. They grew so big. They were so, I mean, oh my goodness. They were, not that being taller than me is any, major feat. I'm only 5'3", but they did grow up taller than me. They were absolutely stunning. They were southern facing, and they just got a beautiful amount of sun, the perfect amount of sun. They loved where they were located. So here we are. See how relaxing this is? I'm sitting here as I'm doing this, talking to you, going down memory lane. Don't even have to think about it. That's like some of the best crafting. That's, when you can just enjoy some time with your girlfriends and not really have to think too much about what you're doing, but it's just so relaxing that you can not stress over it and have conversation. I just think that's so fun. It's just nice. There we go. So I'm going to build a third one. I think I have for a third one here. I don't know if I'm going to need all three of these. We're going to see. And I am going to tell you once again, we're going over time. I know we are. And you know what? If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that because I'm enjoying this. And I think it's just fine. We're probably going to go, I'm guessing, maybe closer to 8:30 because I do have a second project. Sorry, Alan. I know.
I do have a problem with it.
I didn't inform Alan. I didn't know it was going to be longer, but get that little bit off of there. I just heard your phone ding.
Maybe I can put the flowers together for you.
No. This is relaxing. Isn't this fun? Are you guys enjoying it? I hope you guys are crafting. I always wanted this to be like a craft along where you guys are crafting, and I always forget to ask you what you're crafting. So if anybody's crafting while I'm crafting, please let me know what you're crafting with. If you're sewing or, doing needlepoint or doing like some crocheting or some scrapbooking or whatever it is, I would love to know. All right, there we go. So I have my flowers built, or my leaves built, and my flowers. Aren't those so pretty? I just think they're gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting this on here, and we're going to see how this is going to work. I'm going to go ahead and put my foam on the back of this. I'm not going to put it in place yet, but I'm just going to get the foam on the back because I'm thinking through my head about how I'm going to build this because I'm going to end up trimming some things off of it, like the leaves, because they're going to overhang, and I want to make sure that I'm able to do that in the right way. So let's see. I've got my foam. Wow, was that ever cut perfectly? I bet I can't do that again. Let's see. Nope, too long. Too long. All right, trim some of that off. Just stick it on there. Don't let any of this foam go to waste. There we go. All right, so this goes this way. So now you can see it just has a little bit of dimension there. Just a tiny bit of a lip, which is really pretty. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking. that I will put a flower here. It's going to go off the edge just a little, and that's fine. I'm thinking I'm going to put one leaf here. And then I was kind of thinking that I would have some of these come in like this is kind of what I was thinking. And let me come back out to camera too. I was kind of thinking I would do something like that. So that it looked like, you know, it was kind of growing in and around. I almost wish I had a second flower. But with these, I thought it would be fun just to have a little more green in here without having too much. I don't know if I like these with it. Actually, I think it kind of works. I think that works. I think it's pretty. Okay, and then I went ahead and I've already got, so this is kind of my configuration. I've already got these two. I just went ahead, like I said, I took some of the solid toner that we had, and I will adhere these down in a moment once I get it laid out. But I took some of the solid toner sheet, and I just went over it with some of that opal foil. And then I took one of my sentiments, which was from here, and it says, "So glad you're my mom." And I foiled that with opal. And now Mr. Hunt is going to do some die cutting for me. The dies that I need in here are the ones that say, "So glad you're my mom." So they're right here. Okay, that's the location here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that. You can see what the dies look like on the back, and I'm pretty sure it's these right here when I look at them. All right, so I'm going to grab both of these dies, and so I did this one for a background, and then this is where I'm going to do the contour cut. This die should fit beautifully right over here. Look how perfectly that's going to fit. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me move this out of the way. I also started trying a new tape. We're going to see how it does. I've got a new tape here that I actually got from scrapbook.com, and I like it. And I think it's just called mint tape. But yeah, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope and pray that it does not actually interrupt or disrupt my foil, because I haven't gone over foil with it. You just never know when you're working with an adhesive what it's going to grab onto. So it should be good. We're gonna take a chance. Take a chance on me. Okay, ABBA. And I'm going to go ahead and use the larger die and just cut that. Let's put this over here so Mr. Hunt can take it and hold that down good and tight. There you go. So he's going to go ahead and do that for me. And in the meantime, I'm going to start getting these in place, into position. I am going to use this tape gun underneath my flower because it's really good and strong. Where do I want this? Let's see. This is going to go, where do I have it? Like right here, I think. I'm going to put it down gently. And then this has got to tuck underneath there. This one I'm going to put my liquid adhesive. And I'm going to be a little careful, only because I don't have this touching paper everywhere, because I have this other piece up on foam. Let's tuck that in there, just like so. Get these off of here. Oh, good. And I don't mind that overhang at all. Oops. Might help if I took that off of there. There we go. Put this here, just see how much it's overhanging. There you go. It's still going to be within the space for my card base. Make that one, tuck it in a little bit smaller, a little bit tighter. There you go. Now this one, so this one I'm only going to do the inside. Get a little bit of that stem, but I'm going to be trimming some of that off of there. So there we go. Pretty. Do I want that overlaying that? I'm going to bring it there, I think. Where's that going to be? All right, so the inside of this one. I'm trying not to get adhesive where it's going to hang over. A tiny little bit under here. Maybe too much. That was a lot. Let me wipe that off of there. Trimming that piece off anyway. I'm not going to worry about it, but there we go. All right. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and trim the top of that one off of there. And I'm going to flip this over. Actually, let's get that. Hang that over a bit. Are we seeing Will today?
Yes, he's there.
Oh, okay. Hi, Will. There we go. So I think that looks really pretty. Let's see. Make sure these are in place. Now, okay. I'm going to go ahead and get this foam, the tape off the, or the, what is it called? The thing off the foam. The thing off the foam. My technical words. Oh my goodness gracious. Can I lay this into place? I think that looks right. Let's see. Make sure everything is lining up. That looks so pretty. Press it down. What?
IBL.
What?
Elizabeth is saying, I'm here, Angie.
Oh, IBL? Hi! Hi, Elizabeth! Okay, so it looks like Alan did cut things for me here. And he's got the two pieces here, and it doesn't look like the tape ruined my my foiling, so that is very, very good. Yay. Yay, mint tape from scrapbook.com. And so now I have my contour cut sentiment. Oh my goodness, my thumb. Does anybody else chew, like, I shouldn't say chew, but like you find like a little rough spot and then you can't leave it alone. You pick at it and pretty soon you have what I have. Oh my gosh. I've been doing that since I was a kid and it looks so beautiful on camera, doesn't it? So ladylike. Makes me look like a princess. So this is going to go on here. Alan's like, you're losing your mind, darling.
Yeah. Usually the tape cutter things get me like that.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and actually tape this one down. Okay. So I could pop this up on foam, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pop the whole thing up on foam, but as for the contour piece, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to have that much dimension on this one because I've already got dimension on the card, but I still have that beautiful coordinated contour. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. This piece is going to get some foam though. Got to give it some foam love. Foam love. There we go. Does that work? Perfect. That was one of my scraps. All right, let's see where this is going to work. I don't want to just put it like here and cover up all of my work. You know, I don't want to cover up all that stuff, I guess is what I want to say. Where do I want this to go? And I don't mind if it covers up the bud or something. It's like so centered and just too perfect. So I think I am going to put it here and cover up some of that bud a bit.
Can you slide it under the buds or no?
No, I've got buds up here. I'm not worried about it.
Put it up to the left. In the hole.
No. No, that just looks, I don't like it up there.
Okay.
I like it more down here. I think it's pretty. Or
That's right.
up here?
Yeah.
Actually, I think that looks nice up there. Does that look nice up there?
I meant to the left.
I don't like it to the left, honey.
Okay.
It just doesn't look that right. It doesn't look good. Oh, for goodness sake.
Here, I'll take care of it.
I'm looking at it on camera and I think it's going to go here. I don't know, just it's more aesthetically pleasing to my eye if I have it a little bit lower here for some reason. So glad you're my mom. Perfect card for Mother's Day, I think. Does that look too busy and too weighted down? I'm looking at what people are saying, and I think I like it here. I don't know what I'm doing. Andrea says, right there. Of course, I don't know when you said that. I don't know where I had it when you said that.
About 15 seconds after you said it.
Yeah, I think it's going to go here. I actually think it's going to go here. I'm looking at it on camera, and I think I like it here. Am I wrong?
That's great, right there.
Okay, it's going to go right here.
I'll put it where I want it later.
Oh my goodness. I think it's so pretty. Look at it glisten. Ah, so pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Remember when I said I had 2 projects? I do.
Oh, no.
But the next one, I promise you, will go faster because it is almost done, actually. It's an envelope to go with the card. What do you know?
Okay.
So I'm going to use my slimline envelope die set, which I love, I love, I love, I love, I love, I love. And then I also pulled in my diagonal stitch layered frames. And then, believe it or not, I pulled in my One Fine Day, and I just realized I'm not done with my card. You know why?
No.
Do you know why?
No.
Do you?
Oh.
Do you? I forgot these. Does it need it? Oy, oy, oy. I don't know if it needs it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think I have enough on there. I think you get to a point where you go, yeah, that might be a little overdone. And I think if I put anything else on there, it's going to be too much. So I'm going to leave it there. Okay. So maybe we'll use them on the envelope. Sometimes, you know, you just don't use what you think you're going to use. But I did pull in, I'm going to try these because I think some of the colors work with what I did here. And so let me show you what I've already got. I also went ahead and I pulled out my my lovely watercolor paper. Yay! Because I had this, I thought that this particular pattern, this viney pattern paper was going to be really pretty with that. I thought it would be really nice. And so this is the flip side of it because I pulled out the 12 by 12 lovely watercolor. And so I've already got all my little pieces, and I'm going to push all this off to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So with your envelope, your slimline envelope die set, I'll tell you on the back what you need. So you need one of the big pieces. That is this big die, right? This skinny long die here, that one is going to be for these are your side flaps. So you need 2 of those. Excuse me. And then this is the shorter flaps, so you need 2 of those. And that's what we show you here. So one of the large rectangle, two of the skinnier rectangles, and then two of the small ones. And you can have this so that it opens either on the short end or on the side end. The side end is actually my preference, especially when I have a card that has a lot of dimension. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we show you here how to lay it out. It's literally, I mean, you really can't go wrong. You put, you know, you put the right arm in, the right arm, whatever. So you put the, this, you know, the times one goes here. And then you put these on either side like that. And then you put your two flaps here. And you put your, you know, adhesive on there and you go to town. So that's what we're going to do. It's really easy. It cuts and it scores, so it's all ready to go. You can see where the score lines were on the back. I already folded that over. And I want that beautiful leafy green to be on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Where's my adhesive? All right. I do like to put the tape on the little flap. And now this is where you do kind of need to make sure that you're lining up this edge here right up, you know, like where the edge of your flap would be, where that score line is. So I'm going to do that. Actually, does it go this way? Nope, I have it the right way. I'm going to go here. Just line those two up. I'm going to do the other side. Get my adhesive on there. Oops. Line right up to it. There we go. So then my flaps come in just like so, right? And then here I'm going to put my adhesive down the folded flap, the folded side. And I do always, for some, you know, you're going to find the way that you're most comfortable with this, but I do like to line up one onto the other just like so. So watch your edges. Just watch that, like where that little edge is there. You want that to line up with the edge of the flap. Get one of those down, then the other, and I'm going to press it together now. Okay, now I'm going to do this edge. Here I get one side lined up, and then line up the other side, press it down. There you go. And now you just have to decide how you want it to open. So if I want to fold in, I always fold up, not always, but I usually fold up one end, and I can fold in these two sides, and then I can leave this top flap open. Or I can fold in both of these and only fold up one end here, and now I have it side opening. That's what I'm going to do. So to do that, I'm not going to put adhesive under these little flaps. I'm just going to put adhesive on these flaps right here, okay? Because those are going to fold up on to the little flaps. Just like so. Now my envelope is side opening. My card fits in perfectly. Look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, all that dimension fits in there beautifully. You can see when I lay this over here how much larger the envelope is than the actual card. And we've done that for two reasons. One, it allows you to put a lot of bulk on your card and still have room in the envelope. And it also allows you to use a larger size if you wanted to. Let's say you were working with, you know, a slimline from a company that makes a slightly larger slimline. That's going to still work. Okay, sorry, I've got it kind of hooking on a little piece here that I didn't glue down very well. So basically though, what I've got here is I just went ahead with my little diagonal layered stitch. I pulled a few pieces of ephemera here, and I just thought, I'm just going to do a little bit of decorating. This is a great place just to put, you know, the little address in there, right? I'm going to put that kind of off-centered a little bit, so it's just kind of fun. Maybe down here a bit. Is that straight? I think it's straight. My little, this is part of my ephemera from my One Fine Day. I'm going to pop this up here because actually a little stamp. So doggone cute. And I think what I was planning on was just kind of popping that under there. Literally, this is just like my, you know, treating it like a little scrapbook or a little journal page where you're just kind of adding some little pops of color and some fun little things. Get that tape flipping over there. Just little pops of color and fun stuff. But I'm keeping it flat so that, you know, if I want to mail it, I'm not going to have any issues. But it's just decorating and it's just kind of cute. I don't think we're going to go over too much time now that I look at the clock. I think we're doing pretty well. Almost done.
Is that a fake stamp?
Yeah, it's a fake stamp.
That's part of your ephemera?
That's part of the ephemera.
That's hilarious.
Exactamundo. So cute. I am the Arthur Fonzarelli of scrapbooking.
What does that mean?
Exactamundo.
Oh, exactamundo.
Exactamundo. Look how cute that is. Exactamundo, Arthur Fonzarelli. And then maybe I can put a few of these in here. Why not? 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 I mean, I don't know how these would travel through the mail, but could be kind of cute.
The sorting machines will love them.
I don't even know if I want them on here. Yeah, the sorting machines are going to love it. Is that what you just said? I don't know. Should I put a purple one?
Sheila sent her address. She wants to make sure you get that to her.
Sheila wants these? Yeah, let me open up this other one because I want one of the burgundies. You know what? We can send this to Sheila.
Okay.
We'll do that. Let me get one of these burgundy ones out of here because I think the burgundy will be really, really cute. Let me press that one down. Look how cute. All right, Sheila, we're going to send this one out to you, my dear. Look how cute. There you go. Look at it glisten. Oh. How am I going to photograph that and get that beautiful foil on there? Oh my goodness. Therein lies the problem, trying to photograph it. Look how pretty. All good to go. I think it's very, very sweet. I'll tell you, that ephemera is just the best stuff ever. There you go. Little set. All right, there we go.
Do you know if...
You want to switch camera?
Yes. Do you know if a business envelope...
A business envelope.
If your envelope will fit inside of a business envelope so people could mail it that way? I'm just...
You know, I don't know if this will fit inside of a business envelope. I think this is like this about the same size as a business envelope.
Okay.
To be honest with you. I don't know.
Just wondering.
But I am very pleased with this.
It came out really nice. I love it when you use the 12 by 12 double-sided paper with your envelope.
Yes, the 12 by 12 double-sided paper with the envelopes is just amazing. And look at that. It flips open this way. And look, I mean, you know, even when you look at it like this, I mean, it still coordinates beautifully. We still have some beautiful greens and pinks and stuff in there. I do love the double-sided 12 by 12 now. To make one of these envelopes with a 12 by 12, all you need is one 12 by 12 piece of paper. And if it's double-sided, then when you open it up, you're going to see something gorgeous on the inside too. So I don't necessarily worry so much about whether or not, you know, that inside flap matches perfectly. If you wanted to put something else on the inside there too, you could always cut, you know, some more and put that there. It's going to add to the bulk a little bit, but I don't worry about it so much. But yeah, you only need one 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper to make a gorgeous envelope that is perfectly coordinated. So lots of fun. Yay. I think these are gorgeous. All right, we're going to do that little picture that I have to do. How's it? Is it going to look good if I do? What am I going to do? How do we do it? We go like this?
You gotta look at the camera though.
I did.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. Okay, everybody, this was fun. I really enjoyed this. I've got to say, I think it actually turned out better than I had it in my head. So, so I'm really pleased with it. I think we should give away some toner paper tonight. What do you think? And I think we'll do. I think we should do the geometric toners and the floral toner toppers, both in the 4x9. What do you think of that, Mr. Hunt?
Good.
You want to hand me the floral over there? Actually, do I have one right here? I think I have one right here. I do. All right. So tonight's prize. I got it. Tonight's prize is going to be two of the 4x9 toner toppers, one in the floral and one in the geometric patterns. Yay! So who is the winner?
So, I don't know. Who wants it?
You know, I got to tell you, if I haven't said this already, and this is nothing against the hot foiling plates, because I think they're beautiful. I love the hot foiling plates, and I know I said this before. I just think this, for me as a crafter, is not only the better choice for me because it's much more economical, because, you know, I mean, these don't cost a whole lot, right? But it also keeps it really fresh constantly, because we're going to keep adding more and more patterns and packs and florals and all kinds of stuff. You won't even believe some of the stuff that we're designing for this, because it's just they've just been so popular, and they don't break the budget. And you can keep your designs fresh. You're not stuck with the same design over and over and over again from one of those you know, bigger plates, which you might want. And that's nothing against those. It's just, for me, I wanted to have more patterns and a much better price on it. So that's this for me was the way to go. So we do have a winner, and it is Sandra Lawson. Sandra Lawson, you have won both of these toner packs. So Sandra, I need you please to send us, oh shoot, we got to fix our email. Uh-oh. All right.
IM you or whatever.
Huh? Yeah, do me a favor. Don't send me an email, because our email took a nosedive today. And do me a favor, send us a message either on our Facebook page, send a private message, a direct message, private message, whatever it is, either on our Facebook page, or you could send me a private message too in Facebook. If you would do that, Sandra, please. That's going to be the best way, because right now I can't access email. So that's a problem.
We gotta fix that tonight.
We have to fix it tonight, but just in case we can't, I don't want to miss her information. Okay, so Sandra, what I need from you though is your complete name, and I need your mailing address, please, so that we can get these out to you in the mail right away, so you can get started and make your own gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous slimline cards. Very exciting. And by the way, these are 4 inches wide, so these are not just for slimline cards. You can actually, if you cut these in half, you can use these on note cards and A2 cards. It's a great size for a whole variety of card sizes, so they're perfect. All right, everybody. I did my best to get us to 8:30, but I've run out of things to say. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I have had a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed the project. And we will see you back here next week, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have a wonderful evening and a fantabulous weekend. We'll see you. Bye.